Hello, my name's James Knight and thank you for joining me on this rather hot and sunny day here in Shenzhen. I recently had a subscriber message me asking if I could make a video about the nightlife here in Shenzhen. So I thought it would be quite a good idea for a video. Here I am in the Coco Park area of Shenzhen in Futian district, and I'm going to try and show you some examples of some clubs here in Shenzhen. Nightclubs in China are very different to nightclubs in the United Kingdom. I haven't been to a nightclub in China for probably about 4 or 5 years. The first time I came to a nightclub was probably the last time I came to a nightclub, and that was when I first came to China. And I noticed some pretty big differences between the nightclubs in China compared to the nightclubs in the UK. The first one would be that only a minority of people in the nightclub would be dancing. Most people would be sitting around tables and they'd be with their friends smoking and drinking. When me and my foreign friends came to the nightclub, everybody in the nightclub would then get up and start dancing with us. Really interesting thing to see. And I later learned, later on in my life in China, that Chinese people can get quite fascinated by people from other countries. And everyone in the nightclub must have become very fascinated by the fact that there were some foreigners in the nightclub. So they then wanted to get up and try and meet us. Obviously in China as well, there's quite a lot of big cultural differences between how men meet women here. Chinese women might not feel comfortable with a stranger advancing on them in a nightclub. Chinese women tend to be a lot more conservative, so that'd be another thing to bear in mind if you were to come to a nightclub here in China. Also, the dance music that they like in China is a little bit different to the dance music we listen to in the West. They seem to have their own Chinese dance music, which is probably, when you first hear it, you wouldn't be able to differentiate it from our own dance music, but if you were to listen more closely to it, you would notice it was different. People in China don't usually go to nightclubs. Maybe some younger people might go and try out life at nightclubs, but it's not the done thing here. Most people prefer going to places called KTVs, which are basically karaoke bars. You get them in places like Thailand, Korea, China, and people go there and they like to sing karaoke with their friends and maybe have a few drinks. People in China, or a lot of people, don't even like drinking. Like, you'll find especially the women do not drink or smoke. It's very rare to find a woman in China that drinks or smokes, and a lot of girls won't even enjoy drinking, especially in this province, Guangdong. So there isn't the same kind of drinking culture here as we have in the UK or maybe in Europe, so that's something to bear in mind. Nightclubs in China maybe have a bit of a bad reputation, which may or may not be deserved, I'm not quite sure, but some people in China seem to feel that nightclubs are associated with crime. I don't know if this is true or not, this is just what people have told me. So, you know, you might come here expecting to have the same kind of nightlife as what you would get in the Western world, but then in reality it's going to be vastly different. I wouldn't for a moment say that I'm an expert on nightclubs in China, because I don't really frequent them. I rarely ever go to a bar nowadays, as I'm more into fitness and exercise. I would say that if you were to come here and try out some of the nightlife, go ahead, but it's going to be different to what you're used to. So, you know, maybe the sensible thing would be the first few times you go out there, kind of be a bit open-minded, maybe kind of watch what's going on first before jumping into the fun. China can sometimes be a very different place to how we live in the West, you know, it's a different kind of lifestyle. So I hope you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.